everyone, Denise here. Today I'm going to show you how to make a basic tassel. I'm just going to show you how to do a basic tassel if you want to add it to any project you have. This is yarn from my project. I have this left over from the bits needing to be cut out that were tied together in the skeins, and what was left over, I didn't have enough to finish one entire row. So this is just all the leftover bits, and it's not all one skein of yarn. I also knew that I wanted a various amount of colors. Since there are so many colors in these skeins, I wanted a tad bit of each color just to make sure that the tassels looked decent on the shawl. So this is how I do tassels. I take whatever I have around me. Usually it's a book. I have a plaque that I have in my office. It's just a God Bless America plaque. I'm going to wrap the yarn around it. That's all it's for. If you have cardboard, if you have a book, if you have anything flat that you want to wrap around, go ahead and grab that. I'm going to probably go ahead and wrap up what I have in this one, and then choose different colors for the other two so that the tassels are varied. And all I do is take the yarn and I just wrap it around whatever I have around. Usually it's about a 6-inch length, but you can trim that to whatever length that you want. Just wrap, 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 wrap. I want these to be a little bit chunky, so I'm going to wrap quite a bit. I also don't just want one color in there. There's a lot of orange, so I'm gonna make sure I get some of this green and black in there. I have a knot, so 1 second here. Maybe. Yep. Okay. I decided to make this video separate as a tassel video. This is my All the Fall Things shawl that I am adding these tassels to. And if I do make this a separate video, I will link that in the description for you. This yarn is Wool Ease by Lion Brand, and it is Coney Island colorway. This seems awfully large. Let me take a look. That was all of that. So let me envision this. So I'm okay with that. Once you get the bulkiness that you want from your tassel, how thick you want it, I'm going to go ahead and cut off a little bit here. Will that be enough? No, I'm going to take another one off. Just going to unwrap another one. Cut that one off as well. Okay, so then I take a strand of yarn, I run it through, and this is easier if it's a book or cardboard because it's smooth. Let me do it in the back. Also, if you want to be mindful when you're making your tassels, the color of the yarn that you're going to attach it to on your shawl, and use a piece of the same color or similar color so that it's easier for you to weave in your ends. Say if I used, let's say I used this one and I attached it here, it's not going to hide as well in the yarn, in the shawl yarn, as it would if I used this color, which is, you know, the color that is on the shawl. So if that makes sense, just try to be mindful when you're making your tassels that you have the yarn that you put around the top here on the top of your tassel match what your yarn is on your shawl. If you have color changing yarn like I do, if your shawl is one color, you won't have that problem. But if you're using striping yarn like I did, then you should try to be mindful that it will make it easier for you to hide the ends if it's the same yarn that you're weaving in. Run it through so that we can tie it at the top. Okay, Let me move this yarn. Less to look at there. Okay, and I pull it up, make it a little bit even, and then I'm going to tie that real tight if I can. When I was little, my mom would always have my finger. She would say, put your finger right there and hold real tight when she was wrapping presents. I always remember that when I'm tying something, as tight as I can. So that's what you have. Now I need to slide it off of this. Clearly I spent $1 on it. Where did I buy it? Dollar General. Can't even remember. All right, so then you have this huge poof of yarn. Now I need to take my other piece that I cut off, and I'm going to tie it around the top here. Give this tassel a head, if you will. This is how you can make ghosts too. You want to use white puffy yarn in the season of Halloween, you can make ghosts like this, hang them outside. So I go to the other side and I tie it as tight as I can. Once I have it tight on one side, I switch to the other because sometimes they come up. If you do not like the look of the knot there, which most of the time you will not see it, I can fit this in here. It's not too difficult, and it will grab the yarn. It's just a crochet hook. Use whatever one will work for you. Yarn over that and then pull it through. If you pull on that a bit, it will pull the knot to the inside of the work, and then you won't see the knot. I don't care, but if that bothers you, if you're using thinner yarn and it's very prominent, go ahead and do that. Pulls the knot inward, less easy to see. And this was the side that I switched. So that one's pretty prominent there, but I have no way of hiding that. So I'm leaving it because I don't care. Then you'll take your scissors and you will try to cut as much as you can of this. I have tiny scissors in here. If I had larger scissors, this would go a lot quicker. These are embroidery scissors I got on Amazon. You just want to snip through there so they're not looped anymore. Oh, that's a loose one. Okay. Oh, got a couple more there. Separate it with my fingers a bit to look at it, see if there's any more in there. There is not. So if you want to, you can trim that up, and I'm going to. This seems awfully large. If it's too large, I will make smaller ones. Just bunching it up at the bottom a bit here so that I could see which ones are sticking out. Turn it around so it's different in my hand. Pulling slightly down on the yarn here. I'm gonna call that one good. that is a tassel. Very easy to do. You can do this on any project. These are actually beautiful when you add them to a purse or a very tidy one to a zipper pull. Very pretty. So I'm gonna compare this to my shawl and decide if I want to keep this size or if I want to make it smaller. Yeah, I think I'll make the other ones a little bit smaller. Just showing real quick what I did for my 3 tassels. I took a little bit of each color and I wound it around my plaque 5 times each color, just to make sure that all the colors were going to be present in all of the tassels. And there was enough room on my plaque to do that, so you can do that as well. But that is how you do a basic tassel. If you want a smaller one, just wrap less yarn, and that is it. If you're watching the tassel video, I'm done. Enjoy. Make tons of tassels. Thanks for watching. Bye.